Wow.
Not yet.
Oh wait, I just heard something coming through. There we go.
All right.
Coming through here.
Testing.
Wait.
All right, we're good.
Water, are we good? Oh,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
We are.
Is it clear? Like loud and clear?
Yep. Oh, hey, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Tony's back. Cassandra's here. Alana.
I can hear you. Yes. Okay. I'm
All
hearing you.
right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna mute my. Yeah, there we go. Mute it.
Okay.
Perfect.
I like the way-
Yay! So we're back. So you didn't hear any of our intro, but we were talking about how this week felt like a really, really long week. I felt like it was 2 weeks in 1 week. Daria agreed, but Danielle had a strategy. She feels like
You go to bed really early, like 8:15, so you can fall asleep by 8:30. You sleep through the night. It's amazing. You wake up when your body wakes you up, which was like 4:15. Drink a lot of water. It was a great week.
A lot of water.
A lot of water, a lot of sleep, and a lot of nothingness. Doing a lot of nothing, but restoring yourself. Like I went for a walk and a run, and I gave to myself. It was amazing.
Self-care. That's what we call it.
Yes.
we're working on that wheel, Alana.
I have it. I have the
we're
wheel.
working on the wheel.
It's right here.
Look
I
at
guess I'm
this.
using it as a bookmark.
Well, so Alana,
Oh.
there's one for you and Michelle.
Let's see if people can see the wheel. There we
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
It's the 8 dimensions of self-care.
I got it
everyone.
laminated, so it's on my fridge.
That's so
Yes.
important.
Yes, very important.
So
Yeah, it was really, really resonated with me for sure. So I guess we're gonna get in. Who do we have now with us? We got Tony and Alana and Cassandra and
Carter.
Carter.
Oh, Carter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. All right.
Oh,
So
wait, no, Carter dipped it. Carter dipped out.
He said it was
I went to
Oh.
bed. Yeah, understand.
All right.
All right. So the life we bury. Are we ready?
I think we are.
So
Let's do
first
it.
question is, did you like the book?
No, it's not cut
Okay.
off. It's just my scroll. It's just the way it's
Okay.
scrolled.
Okay.
How about you go first today?
Okay,
Did
did
you
I
like
like
the
the book? I did like the book. I really did. I thought I liked it a lot at first because I liked it. It was mystery, like I said in the preview. You saw that video. It was a mystery, a little bit of love story. Like I wanted her with them. I liked that they had a kid in there who was autistic, and the way he loved his brother. And then the mother who had some difficulties. She was dealing with some inner demons. So I did like the book, but then another book club discussed this book, and then they mentioned something, and it kind of made me alter the way I viewed the book.
Oh, really? How?
Are you ready to now? Okay.
Sure.
Well, they thought the ending was unrealistic. Like it just like bam, bam, bam. It kind of didn't add up. It was just like too fast. And I think my girlfriend Keisha said that she thought the writer may have had a writer's deadline. Yes.
Oh.
So there's that.
Yeah, I guess whenever
Yeah.
a book wraps up too quickly, you
Yeah,
wonder
you feel like-
what happened there. Was there a page limit? Was
Right.
a time crunch?
Deadlines are real, right?
Mhm.
So, well, what about you, Daria?
I liked it, and all I'll say is I think it was a great story about redemption and about survival.
Who is the redemption card?
Two big themes.
I think there was a lot of people redemption. There was a lot of redemption themes in it to me. So definitely Carl. I think also what's his name? Joe himself. He was torturing himself over the grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And torturing himself and he couldn't even express it. Like he couldn't even talk about it. But once he expressed it and some things were pointed out to him, then it became less of a burden on him.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Although that part was realistic, how we sometimes feel
Very much
guilty
so.
for things that we do as children that
Really, you're a child.
Yes.
It's way beyond your control.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the book. I thought it was well done. I think I really liked the story because, of course, there were two brothers, and that kind of really made me think about just sibling love and how we always feel like we're responsible for our brothers, and we are truly our brother's keeper. I mean, those themes really were very important to me, and just thinking about how we care for our family. And all families are different, but the love that Joe showed for his brother, I really liked that. That was a big theme, and also just his effort to be in higher education to pursue his dreams through a lot of adversity.
Yes.
And he did not have the most supportive mother. We know that he didn't have a relationship with a father and that male figure, his grandfather, that trauma. I mean, and still to get himself into college and to figure out how to pay his way and, be a bouncer and, make ends meet and survive. I mean, I was truly impressed with Joe. He was just a upstanding young man, and he didn't have to, he put on the oxygen mask and walked out and left and went to school and really felt compelled and really, thinking that it was his job to take care of his brother. And so his mother was, quite dysfunctional, and we know that. She had some, definitely some struggles. Mm-hmm. But certainly between her and the grandfather, what an amazing man. Joe really knew what his responsibilities were.
Yeah. Yeah. And the grandfather anticipated the role he was going to have to play, and it told him at a young age, like you're always going to have to look out for your brother, right? Because he knew his daughter, I guess his daughter's deficiencies, and that the oldest son was going to have to step up.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I tell my kids that now, and I don't have those deficiencies, but I tell them, you and your brother, you and your sister, are all each other has. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, your mom and dad, we're going to go. Y'all are still going to be here. Mm-hmm. So, and I think they listen, luckily. But
yeah, that's very, very important.
Alana says, but I love my sister.
Oh, love you too, Alana.
That's sweet.
She also agreed that it was too perfect of an ending and too easy.
Yeah, it was just, and then, the bonus money and all of that. But I want Darty to share what, a couple of the questions that came about because.
Oh, yeah, you did something awesome.
Well, so first, one discussion question for us and for people to weigh in on. So you all might remember when Joe was interviewing Carl.
Yeah.
And they were talking about death and dying and what Carl felt about that. And he said, Carl used this example about Pascal. And I think, Alana, you might remember this being a math person. I think he was talking about Pascal, the mathematician. And basically Carl said he would rather gamble that God exists and end up, possibly being wrong than being wrong on the other side, like gambling that God doesn't exist and then finding out, oops, yes, he does. So I guess the question is, what did you think of that? What did you think of his logic around that and just how he was processing the decision to be spiritual or not spiritual, believer, not a believer? Yeah. It was very logical, he just made a very logical decision.
Right.
And I that was very impressive on the author's part. You went really deep there.
You thought that was deep?
I do.
You don't think
I don't think that's deep at all.
Interesting.
Because I agree. I don't know. It's just why would you gamble on anything other than a higher being or God?
But that's not. Is that why you believe? Or
that's not why I believe. I just think
believe?
That's just. I don't know. I just don't think it's deep. I just think.
Well,
if I didn't already have a relationship with God, I would probably gamble on that.
You would gamble on it. I think it's a deep question. It's a question though that makes you think about what your relationship there or lack thereof. And I thought in the context of the book, it just seemed to me like a very deep and poignant part. Based on how the book ended and how the love story kind of went, those to me were very more surfacey. That part, Carl in the war and what he was dealing with, his own issues with leadership.
Well, some people are chiming in, and so Tony and Alana say yes, it's logic. It was logic based, and that's what I concluded as well. But interestingly, Alana is saying that she has thought that at various times in her life.
Yeah, me too. I get it.
Might as well do that and be safe.
Right.
Why pick something else and be wrong?
But how deep you go with it will make it deep. You know what I mean? But if you're like, I believe in God just because.
But it's interesting. So I did do the audiobook this time, and I hadn't done audiobooks in a while, and I guess listening to I don't know who else may have listened. Did you guys listen?
Yeah, listen.
And so Carl's voice, he came up. How did he come across to y'all? What Do you remember like his sound, the sound
Well,
of his voice?
yeah, it evoked strong emotion around a sadness, like a life unlived. That's how it felt like for me.
What did y'all think about that? Because I felt like he was just very weak. He was very weak. The voice was just very, but he was also very kind. Like from the very beginning, he seemed so kind, which was like incongruous with what he was accused of doing.
Right.
So
it didn't even seem like it was possible.
Yeah.
Based on what we heard.
Right. So let's see. Coming to terms with life choices and then choosing to believe in a higher power based on those decisions. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like what Lana said. I feel like it can impact my mindset by believing in the positive versus the negative. Change your thoughts, change your life. I agree with that.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So okay, he came across the same way, and I read it. Oh, that's interesting, Alana, about Carl.
And still that you felt that way about.
He came across as kind and what else? How else did he come across? I guess what I'm trying to figure out is why the author people wanted, it basically suggested that we ask this question. Yeah. So I got in touch with the author and I said, what are some questions that you would want us to ask? Because there's nothing on his website. Mm-hmm. And he listed 2 questions. That was one of them. Now, the other question that he gave us, he said that he will give away a copy of his next book.
Did you say when the book's coming out?
Well,
it'd probably be a good one too.
It's coming out okay, wait. There's 2 books. So one is Shadows We Hide. Ooh. And that's already out. But he wanted us to know that he's writing his 6th book. It's called Nothing More Dangerous. And he says, in his opinion, it's his best work yet. The title comes from the Martin Luther King Jr. quote that there is nothing in this world more dangerous than sincere ignorance. Mm. And he said he's hoping it becomes a book club favorite and generates discussions about the pull of subconscious prejudices.
Ooh. Oh, I like that book. That sounds good already.
I had that one for sure.
That sounds good. Now that sounds like deep.
Well, and so back to book number 5, That Shadows We Hide. He gave us a question, and the first person who answers this question will get the book. And Alan's wife is actually going to mail it out for us directly to you if you answer this question correctly.
So, all right.
Are you ready? Is everybody ready?
I'm ready. Be typing quickly.
I know. Okay. So here we go. The question is, who injured Joe's brother, Jeremy, and how? You have to answer both completely first.
Why not?
Don't tell me. Let's see who's gonna get it. You have to answer who did it and how.
She said Larry hit him with a remote.
Wow. Okay.
I think Alana is the winner.
Well, whoa. Now, Elisa is saying Larry with his fist.
Oh, go ahead, Elisa.
Tony's saying Larry hit. So, okay, so we might have...
Larry slapped him in the face first.
Okay, wait, so Tony is saying the slap happened first, and then the remote happened? I actually don't know. I didn't go back, so we need to verify.
We're going to have to verify.
All right, well, we'll verify and get back in the comments, I guess. We'll let whoever knows who's the winner.
Okay, so it's either going to be Alana with he was hit with the remote by Larry, or it will be Elisa that Larry hit him with his fist.
Now, Elisa, I will say that's what I remember.
Or Tony, who said Larry slapped him in the face.
Yeah.
Right? Can that be a contender?
Oh, slap. Oh.
Larry says hit and change. So was it a fist, a slap, an open palm, a fist, or a remote?
That's true. We got 3
I have a feeling it was the remote.
I think we're gonna go to the.
Well, not right now.
We'll let you know.
But at least it says I win. LOL. She must have looked it up.
Well, but so I hope you all are able to concentrate as we move on to a different question. We will make sure that we get the information for whoever it is that correctly answered. Oh, look at that, Alana. All right.
I'm always
He
right.
hit him with the remote after in the back, then he gave him the phone.
Oh
Okay.
wow! So Tony must have looked it up too and confirmed Alana is the winner.
Is that right? Is that right? He
That's
hit him
what
with the
Tony
remote
was
after.
saying.
Oh, really?
Tony and Alana are confirming that she's right.
All right, so I'm going to write this down and we'll verify. Alana said with the remote. Elisa
I love
said.
this. That's
I
great.
can say a
Elisa
slap.
said with the fist.
A
And
fist
Tony said
with the slap.
with the slap. So
Very
whatever
nice.
happened first is what we'll go with, and we will contact you to
You
give
get
us the information.
Yeah,
And then Alan's wife's name is, so you know where it'll be coming from. Her name is Joe
What?
Ellie.
Oh, Joe.
Now Lisa's saying he hit him
Joe,
in
the character Joe.
Oh, wow.
Her name is Joe Ellie.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Nice job.
for
Alan.
Josephine.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, Lisa said he hit him twice.
Yeah.
And then Tony
Yeah.
says, no, I think he was hit in the face first, then the remote in the back. And then Alana goes, Elisa is right. He did hit him twice. Shaking my head, so special. So, yes, we will have to.
Yeah, but was it a fist or a slap?
Right, we'll have to talk to the.
That's what we have to
man who
find
sent the
out.
question.
Yeah,
we'll talk to the author. Who's
yeah.
right? These are our choices.
Yeah.
Well, we'll confirm with Alan, which was awesome. And so thank you for reaching out to him. I think that was just
absolutely.
like, it was kind of exciting when
It
we heard
was.
back. So,
Well,
yeah.
but you know what? It was Alana that
It definitely
inspired
was. I remember that.
Alana,
Thank you,
yes,
Alana.
really
Yes,
good.
she had those good
Yeah,
suggestions.
good suggestions. I mean, it was really cool.
So,
So,
can I say something,
Of
Lisa?
course.
I hope you met my child's teacher. I didn't make that a school night, but I see that you did. So, hi, Lisa. I was busy.
also, yeah, well, you know, I haven't been back to school yet.
All right, so shall we
So,
proceed? to the
yeah,
next
well, I
question?
wanted to know about, and I'm just thinking, who was your favorite character? And, who did you connect with?
Can I answer? Of course.
Yes.
I love Lila.
Um,
I do. She was in some ways damaged goods, but she was smart and she was, she was open to Joe's, eventually she was open to his, attraction, advances. Yeah, because he was the way he did it was very good. He wasn't pushy.
Right.
But
and
in
nobody
any
wants
case,
a pushy person. A slow drip. Well, I should say nobody. Some people do like a full-on faucet. So I'm wrong. But yes, I did like the slow advances. Yeah.
so yeah, that was my favorite
Ryder.
character.
Yeah.
What about you, Paul?
What about you?
I like Carl the best.
Yeah.
I felt like he was a man of substance and character. Like he knew the difference between like killing somebody and like defending somebody. Like the people he killed,
Oh,
you know,
said there's killing and murder.
killing and murder.
Yeah.
Like he knew, and the way he saved his friends, their life. Like I wish that I would have such courage to react like that in that type of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't like his whole like kind of nonchalantness about like he knew what he did, he knew what he didn't do, and he lived on. I felt like his principles and was okay with that. So I really like Carl. I really liked his character.
I like that. I think my favorite character was Joe, and I think I connected with him because he's the big brother. I feel like I have similar roles that I play in my family's life and with my friends, and I just think that he definitely persevered. I liked him a lot. I really did.
So we all have different thoughts.
Yeah.
As usual.
And we're cool.
And we
What
have
were your
another
favorite-
thought.
yeah, what were your
Alana said
favorite-
Virgil, the friend Virgil.
Virgil, I get that because he knew his friend's character.
Yeah,
I like
he
Virgil.
knew.
Was
too.
he black? Was Virgil black?
I don't know if
It's very funny. In my mom's book club, they thought that Carl could have been black and Virgil was black.
I think Virgil was black.
You think Carl was white though?
I think Carl was
but
white
Virgil was black.
and Virgil was
What made you feel that way?
Virgil was kind of just like, look, he seemed like very, I don't know. In fact, even the way they made him sound probably is what influenced.
Oh, like his vernacular, like
yeah, I
some
think
voice
it just
okay.
his.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It came up in my mom's book club, and I was like, I don't really know what I did. I just thought Midwest and what.
Alana said Carl was white because they let him be paroled to die.
She's right. She's right.
What versus execution? Is that what you're?
Yeah, she's right.
Well,
Oh, I was
just have
right.
to Yeah.
Good point.
Oh, out. They let him out. I see what you're saying. Into a facility versus staying in the jail until the point where he took his last breath.
Or being killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, who's Miss Bagley? Miss Bagley is awesome.
Probably the
says
teacher.
Elisa.
Maybe the teacher that you asked her about.
Oh, thanks, Elisa. I thought you heard the book. Oh, thanks. I'm like, I don't remember
Is that the
character.
nurse? Is that the nurse at the front desk who talked about the DNA? I don't think that was her name.
No.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, what the height of this story, thinking about the, just all the things that transpired, was it believable? The piece around the brother, the father covering for his son, the son being, going through life, really committing all these crimes. Was it believable that Lila and Joe could get with the detective
And the number was what in his pocket. And
yeah.
Where it went off the rails for me was when he escaped from the trunk. That felt like a MacGyver episode, and I was like,
I think all that at the end was kind of like,
Although I like the imagery of him like being in the woods and racing and trying to figure out where to hide and
with stuffing in his pants.
I did have a visual of that in my mind.
Yeah.
But when he stuffed his hands for
They had a whole outfit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the escape from the trunk and to him just so happened to have, all the items that he needed to switch the tail light around and it was like too perfect.
And I feel like with his mom being the alcoholic lady, crazy woman that she was, he wouldn't have been that naive to go to that man's house and not think something's gonna happen. Like people that grow up with parents like that are out there, they usually have a different skill set. Like they're not they're street smart.
But I was still rooting for him to survive. Like
Certainly.
even though I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this is a MacGyver episode.
Yeah.
I still was like, oh my gosh, Joe, run, run.
But you really thought it was like an episode, like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I thought the descriptions were really good, and that you could, get to that.
Okay, Elisa, really, she says my favorite character was the mom.
She's trying to be controversial.
kept-
Don't be trying to be controversial.
I think Elisa means it. That's the
Really?
problem. Yes, she says she keeps it real. The capturing and escaping was unreal, a bit predictable. Like, why would you want an alcoholic mother? I believe Elisa. She probably really does like the mom.
Well, she said her favorite character is the mom. Maybe it was the
mother,
because she was most entertaining.
The one who stole the son's college money to get out of jail, Lisa.
Well, he gave it to her. She didn't steal it.
She stole it. She manipulated him to make him feel guilty.
There's choices that we make.
There
And we
are,
know
but not
why.
your child.
We know
She
why
manipulated
Joe.
him.
You know what
Joe
I
did
did
it.
not. I didn't like when Joe had to go find her in the bar.
Oh yeah, when he was a young child.
Yes, and then when Jeremy was hurt, and she comes back and she's upset about the floor
Right.
and upset about using the towels to wipe up the blood. I was like, this woman is
Yeah,
horrible.
she was horrible. She was just.
But Alana has a good point.
Unfit.
Alana, thank you, because we're being judgmental. Alana says favorite characters does not have to be the most likable.
Yeah,
Right.
you're right, Alana.
Yep.
Elisa, you keep your.
She said she liked it that the character kept it real. I
Elise
did
was
it.
like, yes, a lot.
She definitely kept it real.
Yeah,
She was very.
all the way.
Oh,
She was
oh
like,
my God.
yeah, right. She was like a man chaser, poor thing. I mean, she was
Yeah.
looking for love in all the wrong places.
All around with so many demons.
I mean, and just like you leave your child at home in front of the TV and tell them, you got to make something up, say, oh, mom's at a meeting because,
A 2-day meeting.
a 2-day meeting.
Do y'all remember that whole string of voicemails that he read that he kept deleting? Like as he was listening to her
and his
voicemail,
mother,
like,
yeah,
like in the middle of the voicemail,
Yeah.
delete.
Yeah,
She sounded so crazy.
she did. Come get me,
Right, and you know
she
what,
said, right.
son? Then
Yeah.
baby
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Right. She went through the whole range of emotion.
Oh,
Right.
all the steps. But we are entitled to our favorite characters for sure.
Absolutely.
So if there were a part that you could redo in this story,
Oh my gosh.
if there were a part in this story that you could remake, redo, revise.
Oh, I have one.
Yes.
When Lila was insulted at the bar, I wish she did not leave and go running off and then have Joe be left to basically defend her honor. I wish that she had summoned the strength to basically give it right back to him in the moment, because she seemed like she was capable
Like
of that.
was kind of over that little hump and ready to kind of deal with some of those things. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good one to redo.
Oh yeah.
I like.
Carl wouldn't have died. I don't know. Like he would have. Somebody would have came up with money and could have cured him. I don't know. I really like Carl. Of course, that's my favorite character.
Yeah,
But he wouldn't have passed away.
I like that. I like that.
What would you?
I think I would have wanted the mother to make a few more better decisions. So like, I wish that she was with Larry, and and as soon as he hit her son, she would have walked away from him instead of hanging out, sitting on the couch with him.
What a horrible person.
That part really just bothered me. And another part I would redo is I do wish that the grandfather didn't die.
Oh, I know.
Joe's grandfather.
And not like that.
And not like that in front of him. I thought that was just horrible.
Because it was like his inaction caused him to die. Like, how do you not feel guilty for that?
Except that you're 11
Again, though.
and you're stuck and you're in shock.
Can I
That's
make
my
an
point. I
observation?
would have
Yeah.
changed it.
What's interesting about this is each of the things this was such a good question and series of questions. Like, who was our favorite character and what we changed? Because each of us modified something that would benefit our favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Is there a favorite character?
So, Elisa.
What would you change? What would you redo? What would
And Alana. How would you help Virgil in this story?
Alana says everything after Joe jumped out the trunk. Alana
Oh,
changed.
but
She
I was
was
saying
like,
her character was Virgil, though. I was wondering if.
And then someone said, I agree. Cassandra said, I agree that it would have been nice for Kathy to redeem herself in some way during the story.
Yeah.
Alana says, not me. Okay, so, right, your favorite character, how would you help them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because to me that when you redo when you make the edits, your character gets
A boost.
Yeah, it gets
Right.
a boost. It gets a
That's
help.
interesting,
Yeah.
though. It's like a psychological thing.
Well, yeah.
You know?
What's crazy, who we link to, who we
Right.
are
Yeah.
drawn to, and why. And
Yeah. Well, we all have our own different stories, right? Different
Right.
paths, and that's the beautiful part about this is that when you read these books, whatever the book is, it's like you can make these connections. I was at a book club meeting not long ago, and one of the questions was like, do you feel it connected to any of the characters? And today we said, what's your favorite character? And it was like someone said, well, I can't identify with any of them. And I was like,
You're not reading right.
how is that?
do you identify with anyone in real life?
They-
then?
they can't,
You know what I mean?
like,
Like, do you have real intimacy with your friends?
Right.
Like, that would be my next question to that person. I'm glad I wasn't in your book review.
Right. I get
never
around
had
another
some.
way. But really,
Oh no, Alana says she didn't identify with any either.
Alana, so my
Alana-
question to you is, do
Yeah.
you have real intimacy with anyone in real life?
Oh,
That's what I said. That would be my next question.
That's
because
true.
the thing is that when we're talking about, when we
Elise,
read
this
a
is
variety of genre.
Good job,
and-
Alana. I know you do.
Right. I think that, you want to think about different walks of life. I feel like with every book I read, I'm always like trying to learn and grow and see from a different perspective and lens. I think that's the beauty of reading. And so I just think that, when someone says something like that, I'm kind of like, I don't know about that. Because really, any book, you can stretch yourself a bit to see someone else's perspective. And we really, in this book too, Carl really says to himself, I deserve this. I deserve this because I watched these innocent people die who were violated to the lowest, level, and I couldn't do anything about it. I was not in any power to do it. And he believed he deserved what happened to him, which was truly, he suffered from depression. Certainly, he was suicidal.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Carl.
Oh.
Yeah, Carl
He
wanted
was
to die.
suicidal? Oh, that's right. There was one point.
Yeah,
where
well,
he was.
Carl, the night before, the day that they found him, he had a gun in his hand. He had a gun right beside him. He was drunk,
Yes.
blacked out.
Yes.
So he had really struggled with living, and a lot of our our veterans, from what I hear, they have felt like that. They're watching people die and then they live, and so he had certainly some of those challenges. So for me, I learned a little bit more about what happens when you come back and treatment. that's needed.
We don't have enough treatment for the mentally.
You know,
You meant for mental health.
mental health
We don't
is
have
so. And if we look at the characters too in this book, think about it. Really, all different stages of development needing, mental health services. Lila, your favorite character.
Yeah, she did.
Lila needed to take a break and get herself, in a place where she felt like she could be okay at school.
Right.
Because she had that. And we don't really know what the trigger was.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never really hear
Right.
her voice in that.
Yeah, not about that. Yeah.
Which is a big one.
Well, she just had a bad reputation, right? And she was being
Right, she had put herself in, out there.
Yeah.
And to be liked, what she thought was being liked. So
What
I don't
about
know.
the girl in her diary? I mean, her
The victim?
the victim,
Yeah,
her
the
stepbrother.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I forgot the details. I read it 6 months
I
ago.
believe I think there was some, flash
she
here
was
going
raped.
on.
She was raped by her stepbrother.
Yeah, but I don't. Was it just oral sex?
Oral
I'm
sex.
not sure.
I
Not
can't remember.
just. I shouldn't say that.
But it's not a just.
It's not a just, but I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
I
If it was
think it was
rape.
Yeah.
It was rape.
I'm pretty sure it was because
When she talked to the guidance counselor,
yeah.
is that when she realized?
And
He's
yeah,
older.
he said this is wrong, and he can go to jail for this. And then that's
Yeah.
when she felt like, all right, I can do something about this.
Yeah.
It's like calling it what it actually was.
Right. Poor thing.
Um,
My gosh, how old was she?
I feel bad for her. Yeah, like-
my gosh.
But I'm almost like, why are you writing in your diary? Like, well, I guess she was about to do something, but then he killed her. Like,
Yeah.
Well, how about the code? How about the code in the diary?
I know.
Yeah.
That code was deep, and then they cracked it. That
Yeah,
was,
Jeremy did.
Yeah, Jeremy did. Jeremy, was able to help them. crack
oral
the code.
sex, but
Oh yeah, because of the typing class. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
they were
lazy,
talking about
the lazy
quick brown fox.
And I remember that in
Lazy
ninth grade.
dog or something.
Yeah, I remember that in ninth grade typing.
Alana said it did progress to penetration.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
I remember ninth grade type, but I never had to type a sentence.
Oh yeah, I remember that sentence. Yeah.
I remember too.
hmm I mean,
So
so
what a clever code.
what very
I
clever.
know.
But another life lost, just senseless, and that young man had so many demons again, and a lot of it again. He had a lot of blame. I mean, but he clearly was a stone cold killer. He
Yeah.
killed
I wonder what
her.
happened to him. Like,
We don't hear a lot about his childhood, except for an extremely religious dad,
oh, well, there you go. That's a sign
and,
right there.
and then a stepmom, and who renamed him
Oh,
Is it she didn't want-
She
right.
didn't want there to be two.
to DJ.
Was it
She called him Danny because
Danny? That's right.
and
And she was Danielle
Yeah,
or
she was
something, I
something,
guess.
and she did not want to have the same name as him. And they called him DJ, but he wasn't a junior, so really that's how the confusion happened.
Yes.
But yeah, what happened to him to have that kind of? Because there's always a story. We don't really get to hear his either.
Wait, what happened to who? The father?
What made
went
that?
to the boy?
What
Or the
made that?
stepson?
The
The stepson.
stepson. What made
Oh,
him?
what made it? You think
Somebody-
he might have been
somebody-
abused?
He had to have been.
I think so.
Hurt people, right? They even have that movie. Now. Hurt people.
Absolutely.
So I feel like he was abused. Someone did something to him.
Yeah.
I think.
That's very, very, very.
Oh yeah, the dad
possible.
was definitely very unstable, Tony.
The
I
father.
agree.
Yeah. You're right, Tony.
And a
Yeah.
disrespect for women. So what happened that
Yeah.
you had this disrespect?
I mean, is it just your father remarried? Highly unlikely. There had to be more there.
something happened.
He
Like
may
maybe
have
his
been-
mom left him.
Yeah.
Something happened to make
Absolutely.
him distrust and dislike.
Dislike, hate women.
Mm.
And the relationship he had with his wife, you could really not see a whole lot there. First of all, who invites two young people in and you tell all the story, you tell all the business. That's how they really found out Lila and Joe when they were talking to
Oh
his
right.
wife.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I don't
that
think
was
she
weird.
cared that much about him.
She just
She
just told it all. Now, does that person remind you of people? Sometimes you sit down with people and they tell you their whole life. It's like, wait, why are you telling me all this?
I am just like
That seemed
oversharing.
realistic. That part seemed realistic. I can envision myself in
Oh,
that family room
Oh yeah,
while she just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
that happens to me all the time, generally, and it's really very, very interesting. And I'm like, I don't even know what question I asked.
I can understand why that's weird, but I won't.
But I'm like, I don't know how that just happened. But it's just a form of questioning. I think I make it comfortable for people to share.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I have a question. If you were Lila, would you have dated Joe with his issues?
With his issues?
Yes, he had issues.
What were his issues?
What were his issues, guys? Everyone knows his issues. His mother, he had to take care of his child.
Oh.
He had the guilt thing. Everyone has issues. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, would you have dated him with his issues?
I like Joe.
So would you have,
If I was Lila, I would date Joe.
Would you?
I'm not sure. That's why I asked the question.
I know.
I'm not really, I don't know. He was nice, he had an autistic brother, but he didn't have good sense. And that would bother me. He just threw caution to the wind and did stuff like
running after
he just had no like pause button.
That
Like
appealed to Lila.
yeah, that wouldn't appeal to me. I need you to hit pause and think about it. Like I can't be what is that?
Rash.
It's just rash and just
Erratic.
I need to have some controls. I don't know, just
Yeah.
something.
He was impulsive.
That's it.
He was
Impulsive.
impulsive.
I don't like that impulsivity. I thought he was nice, he had a good heart,
Yeah.
but then at some point I'm like, dude, like I'm gonna need you to like
Hit pause.
hit pause and think things through. So I say I don't know, but I think I do.
We know.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
We know.
I think I would not have dated Jack. Thanks for helping me process. How about you, Keisha?
You know me. Well, I would give it a swirl.
Give it a
shot. And
I
then what red flag would you have walked away then? Or would
oh,
you
I don't know if I would walk away. I mean, I like risk takers. I
It's honest.
yeah, I like risk takers. I like people with a zest for life.
Okay.
I thought he did a really nice job writing his papers, so he seemed very verbose, which I liked. And he was a hard worker, and he was a family man, and I liked that about him too. So there were a lot of things that I liked about him. I don't know about his like cooking skills or like keeping a clean house. I mean, he seemed okay with those things. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because when you've dated him, like, I don't want to sit on somebody's couch with like laundry. I know, that's me.
We're talking about dating him.
Dating moves into other areas very fast.
Oh my.
Well,
At least I'm
things that are
glad.
important to me.
Well,
Yes.
she said cooking and the laundry.
Very important things to me. Yeah.
You know what? You have a point. You do have a point.
And I liked that about Joe. I mean, I like their
And again, honest.
Yes.
keeping it 100.
Well, I'm glad you two feel that you would have dated him. But my other best friend said, Elisa said, nope, he is dumb. Who walks into a death trap? No
Wow.
common sense. High five, Elisa.
No common sense?
Yeah, he had no common sense.
Oh, yeah, I think he had common sense.
Oh my gosh.
I do.
Alana and Tony and Cassandra waiting. I don't think he had any common sense.
Listen, he could save you if you were
He
in the
could save you.
woods.
He almost killed himself twice.
Listen, but he survived.
And he didn't let Lila
Listen,
die.
he would keep me alive. If I was Lila with him, he would keep me alive.
Lila was alive.
Until he's dead.
Well,
With his stupidity. Jumping in the situation.
Well, there's that.
He'd be one of the people in the horror films that runs to the thing.
yes, but somebody has to run to,
Oh
and
my.
someone has to run from.
Oh, good point. Elisa said he loved Jeremy, but it took Lila to make him realize that he cannot be selfish and take care of his brother like all the time. Remember at the end, he was like, "Oh no, I can't go to school. I have to take care of." And she's like, "No, we're gonna figure this out."
Right.
Yeah, especially with that reward money.
Yes.
And Lila's
Yes.
like, "No, I think we should split it
Three
across
ways,
all three
yeah.
of us." So really, they got 2/3 of it,
Yeah.
and she kept a third.
Right.
So
No, I think that's true.
Tony confirmed our answer.
Oh.
Tony says, okay, so chapter 15, Larry hit Jeremy with the remote, and then he hit him again in chapter 45 in the eye.
Wait,
Says, thank you, Tony.
what?
Yeah.
Wait a
No.
second.
So basically, he hit him with the remote.
But is that really? Was that the?
And then hit him again in
Well,
chapter
that's
45.
Was that? Is that what injured him? Like the injury where he was actually when he had he called Did he
Called
call his
Joe.
brother? He
That was
called
towards the
Joe.
end.
That's later.
It's later.
We're gonna need the author to tell us what's the right
Yeah,
answer.
but there were two incidences.
But the remote didn't injure
We
him.
don't.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that I'm kind of, it's coming back to me now a little bit.
yeah.
That didn't injure him. The injury that I think
But
he's
Jeremy,
talking
when
about.
Jeremy called Joe, it was maybe Larry hit me. I think that's what he said.
Yes.
He called him
yes.
because the cell phone was behind his dresser.
Yeah. But the question still is, did he slap him or did he punch him?
we're about to see what the author
Did he slap or
he came up
or
with that
punch?
question. So let's see what
I
answer
know.
he was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wait, Tony said the remote left a bruise.
Right.
Oh, we are. Maybe we'll get to
Wait,
it.
Alana said, are you trying to qualify what an injury means?
I know. I hear
Yes.
you, Alana. I feel
Yes.
like she's trying to take your book, girl. I thought you got the book.
All right,
you got
so,
that book.
so if the remote left a bruise, then the winner is Alana. Oh, she's like BS.
I think Alana's the winner.
Okay, stop. Just stop.
Alana, I think you won, girl.
All right,
I think
Alana
you
won.
Right.
Yay.
I still think we need to talk to the author,
We're gonna confirm with the author.
but I think the group agrees that Alana won according to the text.
Yeah, I think they just don't want to. Yeah. Okay. All right. Look at Tony's cracking up.
Oh, so I have one final question.
Only one?
Only one? No, because this for me, this book was
Okay.
like it was.
All right. One more
sweet.
question. One more question.
I want to know
Hmm.
what you think happens to DJ.
Who's that? Who's DJ? Just tell me that's like the process of
Oh, he's still
The bad guy.
He's still out there. Is
They
he
never-
still out
did
there?
they-
There's
did they
something
catch
at
him?
the
DJ, the
end.
son.
The
There's
son.
something at the
What
end that
happens?
gives. I forget what it was that happened.
No, don't they all go to the barn, right? The burning barn, because he killed his father, and then the detective catches him. Does he run away?
But see, they made you think he died or something.
That's part.
But
what do you think
I
happens?
don't. I mean, the author kind of makes you think he
Yeah.
died, but I don't remember what happened at that. Why am I not remembering?
Is he shot? Is he killed?
I think he's still out there. I think
I
DJ's on the run.
remember. I don't recall.
I think DJ's on the run.
I don't remember exactly what happened. That's why I thought I would ask what happens at the end. I thought they had him at
I don't remember.
gunpoint, but I wasn't sure if that's truly what happened.
Gosh, this is
I
not good
like-
that we don't remember this.
I like cross DJ out of my head. I believe. I think
I mean,
I
we read the book. Can we just say
Oh,
we
God,
read
we
the
actually read the
book?
book.
I read it 2 months ago.
And I
Oh,
read-
look, Alana's like, I don't remember either.
Yeah, he wasn't, I mean, he was significant, but not. And maybe that's why I don't remember exactly what happened to him at the end, but I thought.
I kind of am feeling like he was still looming out there. There was something that happened that made you feel like he's still out there. That's
but
what I'm
they
trying to
had it, but
remember.
they got the reward money because they found out that he had done it.
There were other crime
victims,
solved. There
yeah,
were
there were
other
other
rapes
victims,
where
yes.
DJ was the DNA.
Yes,
it was
the
the same DNA.
match. Yes, maybe they did catch him.
Do you think his girlfriend or
His
wife or
It sounded like
he
his
was actually
wife.
married? That was good.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
think
what
she
said.
knew? That's what she said.
That's what she
you know
said.
they do that sister brother love stuff.
Yeah, we even know.
Supposedly the
Right.
wife. Okay, so do you think the wife knew she was with a rapist?
Ugh.
What do you think their sex life was like?
Oh,
I don't even want to think about it.
I do. I wonder, was it normal? Was it like the normal once a week, twice a week that most married people do, supposedly according to studies? I don't know. I mean, do you think it was normal?
I don't know.
How could
If
it
he's
be?
a rapist.
How could it be? That's what I'm saying.
I'm
How
wondering
could it
if
be?
they probably had maybe a non-physical relationship.
Right, which made him go rape people, or did he?
I think rape is about power and control. It's not
Agreed.
about sex, right? So I don't know. Good question. She seemed, the way that they described her, she seemed frail and I don't know, unattractive. She was in like
The
a
wife.
sweatsuit.
DJ's wife.
Yeah, the
Yes.
way that she was described by the author. So it made you feel like maybe,
She was home cooking and cleaning.
yeah, well,
Or he went outside to
yeah,
do his.
to have
But he was
power there.
messed up from the beginning,
Oh yeah,
long before her.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just interesting what resonates with you after you read a book.
Mm-hmm.
He clearly was the villain and had created so much sadness and havoc on so many lives, and really just
Yes.
I just didn't really remember. That's why I thought it was
So many
really-
victims he created.
so many.
Yeah,
so
he sure
many.
did.
You know, poor grandfather putting up. You know, it was just terrible.
So he was killed.
He was killed. Did the detective kill him?
Milan said he was killed by the cop in the field swamp.
Okay,
And then
the-
Tony says, yes, it says the sheriff kicked the body over and his eyes stared blankly at the sky. So I said he was dead. I think he was dead.
Tony, thank you. Yes.
Yes, thank
dead.
you, thank
Dead
you.
is- Yes. Dead
Good,
on arrival.
praise God he was
Okay,
dead.
good.
Good.
Okay.
Very
all right.
good. Excellent. So what? I want to guess they got his DNA maybe,
Yes.
and solve those other crimes. Wow. So that is the life we buried.
The Life We Buried.
Did everyone?
What does that title mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say, did everyone bury
The
what they-
life we buried.
the secrets we hide?
That's another title. The secrets we hide.
The life we buried.
The
Well,
things that we
maybe-
don't want to talk
That's
about.
something-
It kind of has a dual meaning, I think. Like, what if Joe never met Carl and Carl died without any of this coming out?
Correct.
Like, the life we buried, we thought we buried one person, but actually he was somebody completely different than what people assumed he was.
Correct.
So that's one meaning, I think.
Absolutely. But also Joe, you know, Joe finally putting his grandfather's life to rest and making peace with that.
Oh, yeah, that's another one.
What about Lila?
I
Does she
mean,
come
she's
to-
moving beyond where she was traumatized in the past, so
Yeah.
that could be like, it's like a chapter of your life that's done.
Right.
Like the life we bury, I'm moving on from that and to something more positive.
The only people who don't really grow, we know, is the mom.
Oh, Cassandra said each character had things in their lives that they tried to bury. That's interesting.
Well, even the mom, I mean, she was trying to, you know, she was, I think, manic, you know, just trying to, you know, figure out what she wanted to do next and not think about the behind her, just think ahead of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think all of them, true. I agree, Cassandra.
Mhm.
Yeah. They all had something to bury for sure.
And which one was Cassandra?
Cassandra.
Oh, Cassandra Eskens.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying that as a character. I'm like, wait, what character? Because I'm still trying to think, what does that mean to me? The life we buried. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out for myself. I'm
And
not settled with that.
you know, the title, well, I mean, and do we all have things that we bury?
Absolutely. Maybe that's it.
Everybody.
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
Cassandra was saying. Like
Yeah.
everybody
Read
has
that to
things
me. What
in
did
their lives.
Cassandra say?
Every character had things in their lives that they tried to bury.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You know?
That is true.
Yeah.
So think about that. What do we want to bury? What do we want to move forward with? And develop, you know, some strategies for moving on, right? I liked it. I liked it.
I like it too. I
liked
think maybe not the ending, but at least the yeah.
But
But I did like it.
what was really cool is obviously, you know, Daria getting in touch with that, with the
Yes.
author, certainly was really, really a cool added feature
That
for
was
this
kind of
book.
cool.
So should we talk about October's book?
I think we shall.
Because guess what? We're almost there.
I need another book. I haven't
It's
really not read a
around-
book in a long time. I'm ready to read one.
Around the corner. So I think for October 24th is going to be our,
Pretty girls.
it's Pretty Girls. I was trying to remember the author.
Karen Slaughter?
Karen Slaughter, Pretty Girls.
I
Karen
don't know how I
Slaughter.
remember that.
Ooh, thank you, Daria. Awesome.
Oh, she's got a lot of stuff 4 out of 10.
Wait, 4 out of 10 what?
Oh,
Oh, the book?
This book.
Oh, the Life We Bury, Alana? Really? 4 out of 10? So
Let's
sorry.
not rate. Let's not.
Oh, no, I like that. I think I give it a 6.
6?
No, I had it originally at a 9, but then after discussing it, it
Sure.
came to
It's
a
at
6.
least an 8 for me.
I
Oh
would
no,
go,
she said I didn't like.
I would go with 8. I would go with an 8 as well. I liked it.
At least.
I liked
It
it.
scared me.
And
at
I'm
one
looking
point.
forward to reading everybody. So the 2 books, the one Alana is going to get is called Shadows We Hide. And then his next book is called Nothing More Dangerous. It comes out on November 12th.
Maybe we can add that to one of our months.
Maybe in the new year we add,
Yeah,
we add
that.
Alan's book.
Yeah.
So we'll put that down. So for October 24th, we're going to be reading the oh my goodness, why
Pretty Girls.
Pretty Girls
By Karen Slaughter.
by Karen Slaughter. And then our November book, We don't have a date to chat yet, but our November book is going to be The First Mistake by Sandie Jones. The First
I
Mistake
like
by
that
Sandie
title.
Jones.
I like
Yes.
that title right there.
And we have read books by Sandie Jones before. We read The Other Woman. So for November, I mean, if you're like thinking about downloading two, you have credits. If you're, on your Kindle, you're looking to borrow from the library. We got Pretty Girls, Karin Slaughter for October 24th. And then November, The First Mistake by Sandie Jones.
So we have a good lineup.
We got a good lineup coming your way. Female authors coming back on the scene.
I did like the male authors, though.
Yes, I did. I really appreciated that perspective. I think it was great. We're going to rotate through, and we have a relationship now with Alan Eskens. So we certainly will have his
He's
books for the
amazing.
new year. Truly enjoyable.
So we're gonna end up. That's October, November. Our next book will be like a Christmas book. Look at that
Yeah,
already.
like when we talk in October, we'll be talking about our book for December, which is just absolutely crazy. So enjoy the rest of your night, and you know what we always say when we sign off: live the book. Bye, everybody.
Toodles.
Toodles.